And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Hey, all right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the recap. Tuesday, October the 25th. My name is John Hoagland. Thank you for trusting me with your time again. Always interesting trading day, always challenging, always things to learn, always things to know. Don't forget to review and reflect on your trading day. As always, there's processes. You got to prepare, you got to perform, you got to reflect, you got to do all these things so that you can speed your learning curve, which, by the way, never ends in futures trading, right? First thing, apparently there was an earthquake near San Jose, California, apparently 5.1 on the Richter scale. I haven't heard any news about damage or injury. Hopefully that's the case, that there's very little damage and absolutely no injury, of course. But we do remember to say a prayer for those that are out there in the wake of that earthquake. All right, equities. Even the S&P is up 59 unofficial points by the end of the day, 1.5%. NASDAQ up 234 points, up 2%. And the Dow futures up 334, approximately 1%. We are waiting for some news of some earnings. We're waiting for those to come out still, it seems. Maybe we've already got those out here. Starting to see a little bit of action here. Let's see what we've got. I don't see anything yet. I got Texas Instruments. I got Google missing on both. Missing on both. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm seeing it on investor.com. Alphabet C missing on both earnings per share and revenue. Texas Instruments beating on both. We're still waiting for A share Alphabet, and we're still waiting for Visa. We're waiting for, as far as I know, we're still waiting for Microsoft as well. Rumor has it was going to be today as well. Not seeing that here just yet. Okay, Alphabet misses on both, of course. Texas Instruments. 3M. Microsoft beats on both earnings per share and revenue. So some mixed information. Looks like the NASDAQ didn't take it so well. I don't think the S&Ps did either in that case. We're going to take a look here shortly, but we're hearing some pretty decent tick noise there. Sorry about that. All right, so let's see what we've got going on here. Yeah, NASDAQ taking back almost the majority of the day so far, pushing back towards weekly kickoff low as we see these markets absorbing this information. All right, so, well, as far as news is concerned, there wasn't a lot of Fed speak or anything like that because they are under a 2-week gag order. A couple of them, I understand, did speak, but I don't think, have much to say about policy. A lot of talk from the Saudi energy minister today. Saudi Arabia's, they said that they are the most secure and reliable oil supplier. They're engaged with many European governments regarding the current energy crisis. They also threw a shot, I think, at the U.S. here, saying people are depleting their emergency stock to manipulate the market. I wonder who they're talking about. Crude prices closed up about 74 cents, higher by about 0.87%. Elon Musk has notified his investors he's prepared to close on Twitter on Friday. There's some news for you. As far as earnings are concerned, we're looking at those now. Yeah, that's from Financial Juice, Glitter Sandwich. Yep. Yeah, I've been kind of keeping an eye on it. It's Tick Strike. Yep, you got it. Yeah, you got it. You don't usually see it or hear it after the cash close. Obviously, some things have changed here. Some things going on. Crude oil, of course, broke out above that pennant formation, but fails to impress. E-mini S&P's continuation of the short time frame upside structure supported by acceptance above the weekly kickoff high, which it is still holding above that level. And the NASDAQ right back to it, right on it right now. We're going to see it in the charts. NASDAQ, again, a day behind the E-mini S&P's, finally showing some semblance of acceptance above weekly kickoff high. Gold, weak dollar helps longs, but short time frame balance does remain in gold. The euro finally a test of one of the extremes. In other words, the weekly kickoff high. The 10-year, we get a close above the line that the 10-year has been towing to the downside. Volume doesn't impress all that much. We're going to see that in the charts. In the natural gas, more relief rally on good volume. We'll have to check the open interest tomorrow. Thank you for all of you that attended the Make Hogue Money today. We had a couple 3 losses, one nice winner that made us back to whole again. Tomorrow we're doing the afternoon Make Hogue Money again at 2 o'clock. So the recap will be at about 3:15, about 15 minutes later. Good afternoon, Dan Trader, Bill Phillips, George. Lacey is not on the forbidden couch. It's raining here, so I've been keeping her off the forbidden couch because don't want to get that dirty. Rooster, Glitter Sandwich saying the ES was tricky today. Rooster agreeing, down about 200 today on the trading combine. Still only a couple of good trading days from passing step 2, as long as I continue to manage my down days like this. So important, Rooster. So important. So important. It's much easier to make $200 back tomorrow than it is to make $900. Absolutely. Hey, Phil. Good afternoon. It's good to see you. Captain Price. Kevin, good afternoon. JD Royalty, 11,600. In the NASDAQ, yes. Yeah, we got it. You got it. Charles March, good afternoon. Richard Blake, howdy. Hope all is well with you as well. Yep, Financial Juice, Tick Strike, Financial Juice got a ES version stream. Glitter Sandwich, I'm interested. Sevi, where is the reaction coming from? Well, apparently the traders that be may have been a little bit too long coming into this number, coming into these earnings, because overall we had, Microsoft beat expectations. We had Alphabet miss, Visa beat, Texas Instruments beat. Is this all about Google? Microsoft did a real nice job as far as earnings per share and revenues. It's all in the perception. And quite often we do see that buying the rumor and selling the news tends to be the right thing to do, right? Google, earnings and revenue miss. Yep. Richard touched a weekly support on NAS. Is this just a reaction to the resistance? Very well could be. Very well could be. Sean Fitzgerald, good to see you chilling with Dylan. Good to see you again. And I've got this crazy platform open that keeps giving me jingle bells. I don't know what that's about, but I'll figure that out. All right. Let's take a look at the charts. Today is Tuesday. Tuesday all day long. Here's crude oil, the daily chart. Where did we go? We didn't really go anywhere. According to the daily chart here, we're still wrestling with dojis, indecision, nothing really important as far as breakouts are concerned, although it does look like we broke out on the 30-minute chart, but we didn't bring in any volume. Let's get this stretched out so that we get it in the right spot. Here we go. Let's go. All right. So here's what it was. Here's what it kind of what it looks like on the daily chart, kind of coming across the tops of these. Looks like we did close outside of that, but where do we go to? Well, we've been talking about when we do break out, we've got a point of control. We've got weekly kickoff. We've got a point of control that we failed to get to. We got last week's high and a weekly kickoff above. So really kind of remaining somewhat range bound, not really bringing in a whole bunch of new volume. Volume was relatively weak today. So I think we're still kind of stuck hanging around here. Here's the NASDAQ. Here's the E-mini S&Ps. S&Ps holding above, well above weekly kickoff high, as a matter of fact, after the earnings came out today. To me, still the most important feature is this excess that we put in a week ago last Thursday. And we've been largely kind of one-time framing higher, and I don't see anything that's going to stop that except volume today was a little bit low. That doesn't worry me in the equities, especially in the futures. The upside doesn't tend to bring heavy volume. Always we get the big volume on the downside. What I will be watching is the open interest tomorrow morning. I want to see a pretty decent open interest boost tomorrow. Here's after the numbers. Here's after the earnings came out. We got a nice push back here, but we stayed inside value at least for the better part of the after session here. NASDAQ was a little bit weaker. Here we go. Here's that weekly kickoff high that we broke out ahead of and closed above in the S&Ps yesterday. Finally, we closed above it. We're seeing some pushback off of the earnings that just came out. Take a look. We have the market pushing back down below that weekly kickoff level. Long way for us to get that for the S&Ps, but again, the NASDAQ has been presenting as the weaker of the equities. It was actually the strongest of them today, closing up 2%. It makes sense that it has the most to give back. I would like to see the market stay inside value to close the extended trading hour session here at 4 o'clock Central. I don't know if I'm going to get that. Gold. Let's see if there's any response in gold here. Gold, we're still largely range bound. Largely in range, in value, in range. No big deal. Here's the 30. So opening, we took out this point of control. We'll shorten that up. Where do we trade towards? Well, this upper point of control, but just a too short of an overnight inventory. Was that enough to push this up here? Because there was really nothing after that initial move. We just kind of went right back into range-bound activity similar to what we did yesterday. But we did leave a nice little P-shaped profile. Did we get too short? Do we get that short in the overnight? I guess it's entirely possible. Here's the euro. Finally, we've got a potential breakout above this trend line that goes back to forever. And now we've got to we got to look at some resistance here at weekly kickoff high. Where is that weekly kickoff high and what is that bell? That weekly kickoff high, 1.0020. Pretty close to it today. Take a look. So, similar, when that dollar took a nosedive this morning, everything related to the dollar took a jump, and that includes the gold in the euro and POW. Where did it trade to? Well, within 2.5 ticks of weekly kickoff high. We put in a week high up here also. This is going to be an interesting area to look for an opportunity in the coming days, if not tomorrow. 10-year, big potential here. Volume was higher than yesterday, but not tremendous on this breakout above this line that it's been towing for so long. Here's largely our breakout. Open and continuation, not quite getting to weekly, not quite getting to this naked point of control up here, it appears. A lot of what I'm going to be looking at tomorrow as far as any hypothesis to any of these breakout markets or continuation markets is, what is the open interest telling me? If we lost a bunch of open interest here. Yesterday, hang on, let me get my notes. I feel like an old man. Yesterday, we also lost open interest. Lost 66,000 in open interest here. Lost open interest here. If we increase open interest, that's going to tell me that this might be at least a low that may hold for a while. What I'm expecting is a drop in open interest on this move to the upside. I think we've got more push to go before we're really going to incite the longer time frame to adjust inventory. So I'm looking for another drop in open interest. When you take a look at how far we've come, straight down, there's a lot of shorts in this market that are up some pretty big money. And I think that there's a lot of shorts down here at the bottom. All of those laggards, all of those traders that have a fear of missing out because we know rates are going to go higher. 10-year has to go lower. Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It was very dramatic, wasn't it? It was very dramatic. Here's another pullback. Is this a pullback or is this a low? What did we do yesterday? We lost open interest. That was part of rollover. We're still dealing with rollover here. Here's the pushback yesterday. Lost open interest. P-shaped profile. Pushed higher today. P-shaped profile. We're still taking out shorts. How many of those shorts are still stuck down here is yet to be known. We've got plenty of visuals above for this market to go ahead and go check. I'm not sure how far this is going to go. I don't know. We start to see an increase in open interest in this tomorrow. I'm going to be looking at this as a potential longer time frame low. It's not huge excess, which kind of bothers me down there, but who knows? Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. It's just thoughts, right? Bitcoins were rallying. All right. 1964. Let's see. How old was I here? Just a month and a half old. Minnesota Vikings Jim Marshall runs the wrong way after a recovered fumble. That's actually on this day in history. Can you believe that? Pablo Picasso's birthday today. 1774, U.S. Congress petitions the English king to address grievances. We all know what King George III thought of those grievances. Helen Reddy's birthday today. If you remember Helen Reddy, you're as old as I am. She had a big hit, 1975. Taffy Danov, a member of the Starland Vocal Band, if you remember that song. John Anderson, the lead singer from Yes, today's his birthday. John Hall of Hall & Oates, today is his birthday. Glenn Tipton, who was the guitarist from Judas Priest, today is his birthday. Chad Smith, who's the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, it's his birthday today. Nick Thorpe, I don't even know who that is. Today is Katy Perry's birthday. She was born in 1984. In Zeppelin is 1968. They played a gig at Surrey University in England, and this is the unconfirmed first concert where they used their new name, Led Zeppelin. But prior to that, they had been completing some contractual gigs for the Yardbirds, so they were calling themselves the New Yardbirds. 1969, Archie's had the number one UK singles chart with Sugar Sugar today. 1975, Art Garfunkel had had a number one hit on his own in the UK. I only have eyes for you. Art Garfunkel would have wonderful, wonderful singing voice. Today, in 1992, the famous Roger Miller dies. He was, you wouldn't believe how many. He won 11 Grammy Awards as a songwriter and for writing the music and lyrics for Big River. One of his most famous numbers was King of the Road. Trailers for sale or rent. Anyways, that's about all I got for today. Get some rest today. Yes, Haggle Matters. I am woman. That's right. That was Helen Reddy. Captain. Kevin, the commitment of traders analysis, I've looked and I've tried to figure out ways to make sense of it, to make a difference, and it's just a shame that it only comes out once a week. And, you know, the open interest, sometimes it'll help you decide if open interest was created by a longer time frame. I haven't been able to find any real consistency in being able to use it. I don't know, it's always been kind of a mystery or a boondoggle, or I don't know, for some reason I've never been able to make a lot of good sense of it. So, all right, well, tomorrow morning is the forecast. It is group coaching at 1, and then a group coaching at 12:30. I was late yesterday. Group coaching at 12:30, and Make Hogue Money, the evening session tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central, and that's going to push the recap to 3:15 to help me get prepared for everything. And I look forward to seeing you in the morning. Get some rest. Be kind to yourselves. We work hard at this. We deserve to be good to ourselves. Be kind to others. Make sure you say a prayer for peace. God bless you, and I will see you in the morning. Have a good night.